Mhm.
Welcome everyone. We are live for another YouTube live. So comment in the chat on the side. I think this side if you're watching us live, and we'll make sure to answer your question. We're gonna talk about a very, very important topic today that we get a lot of question about. So make sure you join us for this. And if you guys are watching us live, just comment in the chat. Let us know where you're from and what's the weather right now. Because we like to talk about weather in the beginning of our lives. Mandy likes the weather in Australia, or is it hot, or how's it today?
It's it's actually really cold today, Etienne. I
Oh
can't
wow.
believe it. It was 30 degrees the whole week pretty much was so hot, and I was always complaining to you sitting in front of my fan. And then yesterday, it just within 5 minutes, the temperature just dropped, bang,
Wow.
10 degrees down to 20 degrees. And today it's so cold, I had to close the windows. Um, I'm actually, being dressed fully warm, before I was just trying to keep cool. So, and it's kind of like trading, isn't it? Like you're in a high, everything goes well, and then bang, everything drops like 10 degrees, and nothing seems to be working anymore, and you have start petting yourself again, and and get your fragile emotions patterned up and taken care of. So yeah.
Love it, love it. So comment in the chat or below if you're watching the replay with where you're from and the weather. We're kind of curious to know. Some people like a rainy place and it's depressing and stuff, but we'll deal with it. And that's all right. Cool. So a little bit of housekeeping first. Mindy and I are gonna hold kind of a live event, a webinar tomorrow. It's gonna be like not published on the YouTube channels. It's gonna be private. So if you guys want to join, the link's gonna be just below the video description, and you can join that way. It's going to be really a good topic, how to accelerate your Forex trading success journey. And I'm looking forward to it a lot. So make sure you sign up first. Don't forget about it. And we'll go on with now this live event.
Yeah, and I'm so looking forward to tomorrow, Etienne,
Yeah.
because so many traders they contact us. I get so many DMs of traders who are they're disappointed and they're kind of deflated because they had this big dream of becoming a full-time trader, and they recognize all the possibilities of what trading can bring, especially now with the whole crypto craze. Many people, sorry, many people who never saw a possibility of ever living a better life, ever being able to escape the rut of a 9 to 5, they suddenly see what is possible and they're inspired. But then it turns out that it actually wasn't as easy as everybody was saying, as those Facebook posts were saying. And just this morning, I got an email saying, buy my EA, it made $18 million last month. It's like, really? I mean, come on.
Yeah. So, multiple times.
Yeah, exactly. So, but once your curiosity got tickled, and once you see the possibilities of what's actually available in the world for each and every one of us, then there's no going back. That's it. And so we get a lot of people contacting us who are despondent. They don't know how to do it. This beautiful photo that you put up on our page as well, where people think the path to success is like really straight up, right?
Yeah.
But then it turns out like a total jungle, and like a maze, and even your iPhone doesn't get you out of the maze. So because you and I, we have been through that maze already. We're already on the other side, and we look back and we think, if only I had known this and this and this and this. And I say a lot today, if only I had known this person or that person, then oh God, my journey would have been so much less painful and so much shorter as well. So, and this is what we are going to talk about tomorrow, which I'm really excited about, how to go the straightest path. There is no straight path. There's always, even if you go to Mount Everest, there's base camps, and there is no straight path up to Mount Everest. It's also like a little path that you have to go like in serpentines to go up. But not to get lost in the jungle and not to get lost in the maze. And this is where usually the emotions come in. So, hey, NTV Games, well, my weather report was already there. It's
Yeah.
freezing.
Love it, love it.
Yes.
So guys, link below to sign up, and it's gonna be kind of private, exclusive. We don't publish it on YouTube like publicly and stuff. So make sure you sign up if you want to join us. Now with today's topic, that's gonna be a great one. We have I know NTV Game, Akbar, welcome, wonderful. So today's topic: how to control emotion in a volatile market. You guys have seen the past few weeks and even past month. I think the market's been a little bit crazy, more volatile than usual. So that brings
A
people
little.
to yeah, and so that brings people to want to try to control their emotion because they see these emotion coming up. Sometimes they don't control at all. They have no clue what to do. They wonder like what's happening, why they feel so stressed, why they feel so angry. What should they do about it? And they have no plan, no solution for it. But the great traders understand that when the market's volatile, then they have to go on this plan for a volatile market and act on these things and do these things, these habits, which Mandy's going to talk about today, which is, I'm super chill about this. So, Mandy, how do we start about this? How to kind of, first of all, trade, but also control emotion in a volatile market?
Yeah. Hey, Ken. Hey, Gravin from Florida. Um, Black Pax and Akbar, hello, as well from Sweden. So I love, you guys, you're from Sweden, from Belgium, from Asia, I suppose, Australia, America. Where are you where are you from, Black Pax? So why I'm saying that, you're from Canada, in Vietnam, I'm from Germany, in Australia. No matter where we are from, no matter our social background, no matter our cultural background, ingrained in us are the same human emotions. And I don't know if you guys had the show Lie to Me. I loved the show. It was like a really good show where the guy was he was a detective, and he would be able to read people's facial expressions. And that is based on, oh my God, I forgot the guy's name, Ekman or something, Eckhart, oh, forgot. But so it was one guy who went throughout the world and studied different cultures and studied their facial expressions. And he found out that we all have the same facial expression for the same feeling, even though we have different words, right? And so in German, we would say, ich habe Angst. In English, I would say, I'm afraid, right? Two different words, same feeling, same facial expression. So it is ingrained in our genes, and it's a very normal experience to be had. That's where I want to start, right? So just normalize it for you guys and understand that you're not a weirdo. There's nothing wrong with you. It doesn't mean that you will never make it. It means that you're a normal human being. Now, we also know that our emotions not always help us to perform at our best. And now we need to look at what is the difference between the guys who perform at their best and the guys who don't perform at their best. So I met a guy last year, super interesting guy. He was here in the Special Forces in Australia, and now he's a trainer. So of course, I asked him about being in dangerous situations and what kind of training they have. And that reminded me also of a of a seminar that Steve Ward was running, and he called it the 3S: the skill, the strategy, and the self-management, right? So yeah, exactly the same facial expressions when you take a loss. You all have the same face.
Yeah.
And so and this is exactly what this guy told me. What they do is they really work on their skill set. They train the skill set and to ingrain it into the unconscious as much as possible. So when the soldier gets into a situation that's unfamiliar, that's uncomfortable, that's scary, where their life is at risk, they're trained so well that they still can automatically do what needs to be done. They still can automatically look around and scale the environment. They still can automatically position their guns the way it has to be. They still can do martial arts moves automatically without that being compromised, even though they're afraid. And this is something where I see that in traders when the emotions, and I'm generalizing here, it's so many different viewpoints that we can look at this topic. It's so fascinating, Etienne. So when we have traders who experience deep emotions and don't perform, I question, is it because they haven't trained their strategy and their system well enough to be able to execute even in the fast markets, even under pressure, even in the heat of the moment? And you see that so much with athletes. It's easy to see it in other people rather than in ourselves. So you see that with athletes who have to kick the defining, goal. It's the make or break of the World Championships. It's the make or break of the Olympics. And they kick a ball that they have a success rate of 99% when it's in trainings camp. But here in real life, when it really counts, then they miss the ball or they slice it or just something happens. They fall over. Someone shouts out and they get distracted and they don't hit the ball, the goal. So it's a natural human thing. And the more you train to perform your task under pressure, the more you will be able to succeed. So that's one viewpoint, right? Another viewpoint is when I work with my traders one-on-one, I always go into where else do you experience this kind of fear? So I was working with a guy, a really interesting guy, prop trader here in Australia, and he talked about how the market has changed and how he feels a lack of confidence. Now, this guy is a high performer. He's not someone who came to me because he wants to make money. He's someone who came to me because he wants to reach the magical figure of 1 million, right? And at the moment, because the markets seem to change, he suddenly lost his sense of confidence. But then when we did some more work, it turned out it wasn't actually his lack of confidence that was going on for him. It was something else. And so when I work with traders, I always ask, where else in your life have you experienced this kind of feeling? And Denise Schall, she's really big in that as well, where she talks about life as a fractal. If you look at mathematics, everything is a fractal. Your monthly chart and your 1 minute chart, if you would not classify what chart it is, you would not know what it is, because the 1 minute chart is merely a fraction of the monthly chart. And so are our behavior. So whatever emotional experience you have in your trading, that will just merely be a reflection of your emotions that you have experienced somewhere else in your life. And so often it's easier for us to resolve what was going on somewhere else in our lives. And that will then have a domino effect on trading, rather than looking at desperately needing to solve the emotional issue in trading. So when we have traders who, for example, don't dare to pull the trigger, working with a guy who his analysis is top notch. I mean, this guy, 9 out of 10 trades that perform well, yet he doesn't take them. So what's stopping him? And I spoke about the procrastination strategy feeding the perfectionist strategy. Now, in his case, that's not the case. In his case, it's something where previous failure was experienced in his family, and there's an experience of what's the point anyway, because failure is just around the corner, and it's about being at peace with whatever happened in the past, healing the pain that happened in the past, and not having the pain being like a threat in the future that then stops you from doing what needs to be done in order to succeed. Because this pain from the past is always there, like a block that we know, like a wall that we hit our head on. So again, you can see it's like two traders, same outcome, but two very different experiences. And now also, from our training that we did in your academy, Etienne, I'm a really big fan of the emotional guidance system. So rather than trying to push away your emotions, rather than trying to overcome your emotions, or to not feel your emotions, being like a robot, use your emotions as a guiding system, as a feedback mechanism of where you need to grow in order to succeed and live the life of your dreams, being the trader you want to be. Because between you and your success is nothing but those little blockages, those little obstacles, the tunnels that we have to go through, that once we are through at the other end, actually make us the person that we want to be, the trader that we want to be. And it's like with a butterfly, then there's a beautiful example with a butterfly. You need to be the butterfly who needs to struggle out of the cocoon or the dark tunnel in order to push enough blood into the wings and become the beautiful butterfly. So lucky for us humans, the difference is that if you help a butterfly, you actually that's their death. That's their death penalty, because you can't help a butterfly. They have to struggle in order to become a butterfly. With us humans, we don't need to struggle. When we go through struggle, we can actually get someone who points us into the direction and helps us to get through the obstacle or to overcome the obstacle and make it easy and smooth and graceful without the struggle. So you can see how the topic of your emotions is so wide and so
Yeah.
vast. Like I could talk about it for the next hour.
Love it.
Yes.
But this is very good. This reminds me of actually a trader who told me this: the fact that most people, the reason why they perform bad today is because of their past. So either they see their past as like this big great thing that have been really good in the past, and so they don't put enough effort now, or they see their past like a bunch of failures and they think they're gonna fail again. So I think that's interesting. Now, how do you overcome this aspect of basing yourself on your past to perform now? Because you have to let it like in the past, I guess.
So we call that limiting beliefs, right? And we call it value conflicts. So, oh, that's so cute. um, in case you guys missed it, someone said Etienne is their favorite
Butterfly joke.
butterfly.
Yeah,
Yeah, which is
wonderful.
it's very very sweet, very nice. Um, so this is what we call limiting beliefs. So when you have, for example, if you say, I can't succeed because my father was a narcissist. He always um, um, hit me and kept me small. And I keep repeating that, I keep sabotaging that in my trading. So number one, we call that a limiting belief. Number two, out of the experience in the past, this person has created, and it's a real life experience, by the way, the real life client. Out of this experience in the past, this trader created a behavioral strategy that keeps self-sabotaging whatever this trader tries to attempt and attempt to succeed in. So number one, we need to look at what is the behavioral strategy that keeps this person small. So in this case is something that we call the drama triangle, which is really interesting. Drama triangle is like a barn dance, So drama triangle is, in this case, we have the persecutor, who was the father. We have the victim, who was the trader. And then we have the rescuer, who was a third person. So what happened for this trader was that there was someone who rescued this trader from the father all the time. So this trader equated being rescued with being loved. And as a child, that was a survival mechanism. As an adult in trading, it doesn't work, because what this trader does is keep creating drama after drama after drama, hoping that someone's going to rescue this trader. But as an adult, no one comes and rescue you. As an adult, you barely have the chance of, and even children not getting rescued. I mean, children should get rescued. Adults, I only rescue adults by showing them the path out. I never drag them out, and because otherwise you push them deeper into the quicksand rather than helping them out. So it's kind of like, you tap into your iPhone, I want to get to this direction, and then your maps show you how to get out, but no one walks the path for you. And so what happens with this trader still is looking for someone to rescue, to rescue this person. And that's why keeps recreating drama. And once I explained the drama triangle, it was like, oh my God, I did this barn dance, and I explained how this barn dance happened in the family, how then the victim, so this trader, became the persecutor by victimizing the father, and then became a rescuer. And it's like, oh, it's so jungle, out there. Really interesting. So again, there is 3 things that you can do. You need to practice your skill. You need to really ingrain your trading strategy. Not enough traders work on their strategy and backtest it and make sure that it actually works in many market environments. Now, when I talk about backtesting, I don't talk about going back physically. I don't do that. I'm not a big fan of it. I know traders who do that and they're very successful with it. It's just a matter of what you like doing most. I prefer like my friend Tim, who has taught himself Python, and he can run anything that I give him. 100 years of data in 5 minutes. And within 5 minutes, this guy can tell me this works or it doesn't work. Yeah. So the backtesting, the manual backtesting that you can do with MT4 nowadays, bar by bar, is really useful because you can train your brain to see patterns and to see how patterns evolve and develop. That's really useful, right? So you can get 10 years of trading experience in 10 weeks. But you also, when you have those limiting beliefs that you need to unearth, which we are going to do in our course, they will always be like a barrier between you and your success, no matter how good your system is. And on the flip side, no matter how great your trading mindset is, if your strategy is not working so well, you will still be stuck. But the possibility, if you have an even mindset and a strong mindset, you will find a way because you have the mindset of finding a way to finding the answers. Whereas when you have a mindset with a limiting belief, like, this trader, I can't succeed because as a child I was always being suppressed, then you can give the best trading strategies right in front, delivered on the silver platter. They will not see it. They will not recognize it. You see that as well with people who have limiting beliefs around relationships. And they say, where are the good men? Where are the good women? They're all bastards. And then someone comes who's like the most nicest person in the world, high moral value, high moral compass, really good values, loyal, loving, supportive, but they can't create any emotions for this person. They say, I would love to love you, but it's nothing there. And so it's the same thing, where you can deliver the best strategy on a silver platter. If there is an incongruence inside of you, or if there is limiting beliefs, then you will not be able to make it work. Yeah.
Yeah, powerful. I wanted to say a comment from Aizen, who talked about I think emotion are linked to the position sizing, and I'll have to disagree with this because
Yeah.
I personally always have the same position size or the same like risk percentage per trade, and I still get emotional or I still get stressed or whatever. For me, it's like more when I have a series of losing trade, or when let's say you enter a trade 2 seconds after you like stepped out and you wonder what happened. Like that's causing emotion, and it didn't really come to your position sizing. So there's a lot of other variable you have to think about, but again, like you have to understand what's going to be for you. Some people that's going to be position size, it's going to stress them and take too big of a trade. Some people it's going to be different things. So understand which one it is for you, and then try to correct it. Try to act to make sure that you control that aspect of your trading.
Yeah, and position sizing, again, if you look at athletes and what is at stake for them, you could equate that as position sizing as well. So being at the Olympics is a very different position sizing than being at your local club, and
Right.
they still have to perform. So I'm not a big believer in position sizing is the problem unless your risk management is not in place. Then of course there's a good reason why you should be scared, why you should be nervous. Because if you can lose your if you kill your golden goose that lays the golden eggs, well, yeah, be scared. That's really dumb, And if you make money out of it, well, dumb luck. So Hopefully you don't, because if you make mistakes on a smaller scale, that protects you from making mistakes on a bigger scale. I see that over and over again. But sometimes it's good to be scared. It keeps us safe.
Yeah,
It's you know,
of course,
we
of
need
course.
to not just shove it all as being bad.
Yeah. And if you feel something while you trade, you should ask yourself why you feel that way. Like that's a big takeaway. So if you feel like unprepared or stressed, ask yourself why. And perhaps because you have no plan, or you have no rule, or you're missing something, or you're not prepared to trade that market you're trading right now. So there's a
Yeah,
lot to be learned from how you feel.
or something is happening in your life, like just had a baby, suddenly different requirements in life, or someone is ill in your family, or you have to move. We have a trader right now, he just got notice and he has to move in like 4 weeks time. So tough luck for him to perform well in his trading, because he has to look for a place. So
Uh-huh.
it can be so many different things, can't it, Etienne?
Yeah. And so in those
Mm.
circumstances, what is the best to do? Should you just stop trading for like the next 2 or 3 weeks until you move, or should you do something different?
Um, so the way I would manage it for myself, I would, because trading is my business, right? And if I had to go to work and move, would be the same thing. So I would trade during certain hours. That's my work. It's my business. And then pack up the other hours. So when you work for a company, 9 to 5, you're home at 6 or 7 o'clock. They don't care if you're moving. You have to do that after hours. And it's the same with trading. Now, if that creates a stress for me in terms of I'm worried not about finding a place, there's uncertainty, I don't know how to deal with the uncertainty, then I would scale my position a little back and I would see how I perform. And when I realize I don't perform well because I'm too distracted, because I'm on realestate.com all the time looking for a new place, well, then obviously I need to do either one of my decisions. I either get my act together and I focus on trading and I don't go on rental websites, or I say I'm too distracted, I need to get it out of my way, I need to sort it out first, and I stop. So again, for everyone different, and that comes back to your performance, sorry, your energy type. If you're a certain energy type, it will be easier for you to focus on the job that has to be done than if you're another energy type. So I know, for example, I get distracted really easily and I would most probably stop trading. Whereas you, Etienne, I think you can stay focused. I mean, for goodness sake, you travel and you trade and you run the training
Yeah.
with us and we are recording and you're editing our videos and you're writing the face the what's it called, website pages for us. I mean, I would not be able to do that because it's not my strength, and you just do it just like that. I admire that.
Organization, that's the word. But yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Cool. So that's the question. Would you recommend a 16-year-old to start trading?
Of course, the earlier the better.
Yeah, yeah. And you guys will see next Monday. So that's tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. So tomorrow there's an interview
Yeah.
coming up with someone who started trading, I think, at 14 or 16. And so he was basically like trading in school, in high school, at the back of the classroom with his laptop. And that's how he started to trade. So yeah, why not?
So funny. No, don't do that. That was not a recommendation.
Yeah,
Do your high
no.
school work and go home and trade.
Yeah, yeah,
Of course, no
yeah.
one does it. I was seeing this thing from a firefighter, and he posted this thing on Twitter saying, "We're on we're on the way to a fire." Sitting on my phone checking my trades, like having his phone low down in the truck, and it's like, no, you have to go save lives. But
Right.
yeah, funny.
The reality of
Um,
trading, for sure.
Good traders are the best losers. Well, that's an interesting statement because it depends on what you call a good loser. I can tell you, I know some really amazing traders. When they lose their shit.
Yeah, yeah.
They
We
go,
talked about a guy who was kind of breaking keyboards and stuff when you lose. So, and
yeah,
he's trading well.
exactly.
So, yeah,
Yep. So that is a form of being a good loser, though, because he
Right,
just gets
right.
it all out and he gets on with it. So good loser doesn't mean like being all, enlightened and peaceful and, oh, well, there will be another opportunity. A good loser is whatever enables the trader to get back on focus really quickly and do their job. Because others who might not get it out, they harp on it. They keep silently in their mind thinking about, oh man, I stuffed this trade up, man, it really annoys me, and they don't get it out, and then they're being distracted with the next trades. So you see, it's not a black and white.
Yeah.
That's the one in TV games. A good firefighter. I love it. Hmm.
Yeah. Love that. So anything we didn't cover that you would like to talk about, or is everything clear? I think you want people they have a good framework now. So, but anything else we
Yes.
need to mention?
Mhm. I just want to say hi to Bess. Good to see you online. And thanks for the that it only brings up the chat, not the video. I most probably posted the wrong link there.
Link. Yeah.
Oops. Yep. Sorry. All right. So I think that's it, huh? 503. I think we answered all the questions.
Yeah, yeah. You guys, good question. But we'll conclude it here for today. And as we
Mhm.
said in the beginning, the webinar Mandy and I are doing tomorrow. Link's going to be in the description to sign up, totally free. And you can join us for this private exclusive event that we'll do tomorrow. At about the same time, I think. We're doing that, yeah. So
Yes,
tomorrow,
same
same time
time.
as today, pretty
Mhm.
much. And we'll
Um,
hopefully catch you guys there.
Yeah, and you're able to ask questions there as well. So
Of course. Question are the key here. Yeah.
yeah, that's
Ciao,
right.
guys.
Thank you.